We're going to talk to you about being self-employed as an artist.
Yeah.
So Mike's self-employed. I'm self-employed.
Yeah, it's a strange one because I think that's the ideal for most people, to be an artist. They see themselves as self-employed. I think being an artist is seen very much as a solo thing, which in reality it's not ever, I don't think, because you've got to be involved with galleries, etc., other businesses.
Yeah.
Self-employment. First and foremost, you've got to realise when you're being an artist that's self-employed is that you are a business.
Yeah.
It doesn't just mean you're your own boss and that's it.
Mm.
You've got to know your time management. You've probably got to be better at business than anyone else will ever need to be, just because you've got to make sure you can eat.
Yeah, eating is important.
Yeah. I don't know, I think in a strange way I find self-employment therapeutic, because even though it stresses me out more than anything, it also means that I'm mastering my own choices. I think that's why I do it, really. That's
a really nice way of putting it, mate.
Yeah, I tell myself that when I'm sat eating 10p noodles.
Well, I have an accountant. He's a friend of mine, and he does my accounts for free. Well, not really. He does them, and then I do favours for him. I spent like 6 months the year painting a little badge for his bike.
Yeah, but that's bartering. That really is what business was before money was really introduced.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. There's a guy here called Nick who does laser cutting. We kind of do swaps. I will do some Illustrator-based work, and then he'll laser cut me some bits and bobs.
Yeah. Don't tell the taxman.
No, he doesn't do a thing for me. Not one. Who is Nick? Like,
who is Nick?
Yeah, but I think that's something else that scares people, like the tax man. We all pay tax. I think artists do play the game a little bit, but any business does, and that's.
Yeah, that's me trying to be subtle. Best possible taste.
It's just like with me, for instance. If I go to the cinema, I will put that through as a taxable thing because I just call it research. I just buy every single pen that I like and put it through my business. But I'll be buying pens. If I had a normal job, I'd still be buying pens. So
yeah,
bonus. I think that's the biggest benefit. Is if you're doing what you love, you get to buy the stuff.
To be fair, I do spend a lot of money on paint. And it is my business, and it's all my business because that's what I do. I paint.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't a professional artist, I'd be paying tax on all that paint.
Exactly.
So,
that's like the best thing ever. Why wouldn't you want to be self-employed or move up to, say, a limited company maybe?
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is though, you have to work. You have to be your own boss. And I'm a bit of an arse.
Just in general?
Yeah, so just I'm a terrible, terrible boss. I wouldn't like to work for me. Would you like to work for me?
It depends what it was. But it's a strange one with...
There's a reason I'm going to an osteopath. It's like about as far as my leg goes. It really is.
What was the question? You
it was something about, would you like to be your own boss?
Oh, well, yeah.
Do you actually like to work for yourself?
Yeah, I know it's like the idea that if I worked with someone, it would be with someone. Even if I was getting them on board to say, when I'm making websites, I can design a website, I know I'll user interface, etc. But I'm not much of a coder, so I need to get a coder to work with. I always like the idea of working with someone, not them working for me or me working for them, because I don't really think...
In the end of the day, everybody ideally works for themselves.
Oh yeah, everyone works for himself. If you've got a job where you get a weekly wage and you're still self-employed to the sense of you decided to do that job. You make your own decisions. That's all self-employment is. That if when I do my graphics work, if I work for I'm working for a client technically,
Yeah.
but I still have a choice whether I want to take that client on. Just like they have a choice whether they want to work with me. It has to be back and forth like that, else you won't get the best out of each other.
Yeah.
Sometimes that goes down like proverbial sack of shit, but that's just life, isn't it? Some people work well and some people don't. I think as self-employed, especially being a solo one-man band, I found you get to see all these different parts. So if I ever did a graphic design company, for instance, and I had 10 people, I've done the finance bit. So if I had someone that did finance all the time, I kind of have an idea of what they've got to go up against. But also be inclined to get them maybe doing something else within the business, just to test it, just so everyone knows what the other ones have got stress-wise, or that to me is what a team is really. You all kind of appreciate what each other do, but you've got to live in that world to some extent.
That does make a lot of sense.
Easy said than done. Right?
Yeah.
Especially when you've got business where they've got 1 million people.
Yeah, well, I mean, my particular experience with when I first went self-employed, trying to get working tax credits, first of all, attempting to convince the tax office that I wasn't a hobbyist, and they kept saying that. The lady kept saying, "Is it a hobby?" over and over and over again. And in the end, I just went, "No, it's seasonal trade." And as soon as I said seasonal trade, she went, "Oh yeah, I understand." And then I sent my receipts, and then I got tax credits, and I jumped through a lot of hoops to get those tax credits. And then I got a girlfriend who had a lot of money in the bank, and I lost those tax credits, and I never went to get them back. I just thought, oh, it's just too much hassle. I'm just going to carry on working.
But that's the thing. I think art is seen as a bit of a luxury or a bit of a hobby, which is funny because in reality, everything is inspired by art.
It's worth 60. The fine art industry alone is worth 60 billion in this country. 60 odd billion.
And this painting here by Mark is worth about half of that. So just saying, it's like a really expensive painting.
I actually did that at university.
Yeah, it's one of my, I wouldn't say my favourites of yours, but I like that it's more experimental format. As we're talking as a graphic designer there.
Yeah.
Perspex. Did you find that by any chance?
What, the Perspex?
Yeah.
No, I bought it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, normally
I just really liked iridescent orange.
I thought you might have just found it somewhere at uni because it's unusual for what you don't normally work on that sort of material.
No, and I used a sandblaster as well because I had access to one. So I sandblasted out areas. It's very sort of I don't know, kind of futurist, abstract, which I don't often do.
Yeah.
But it was just like a little bit of a break, doing something slightly different, although with my kind of style.
Yeah, you still got to have a little bit in there.
Yeah.
But
And the best thing about it is, it's a painting on both sides.
I quite like that side, to be honest.
What, this side or the other side?
This one, I don't think I've seen it this side.
No. Well, I do tend to hang it in windows a lot.
Right.
It's very much a window piece. But you can hang it up against a wall. It's like an advert for this painting. Whatever you want.
Anyway, we were talking about tax credits.
Oh yes.
If anyone doesn't realise what tax credits are, it's basically when you are new self-employment, or even if you've been self-employed for 10 years, if the money you earn over a year is under a certain number, they will give you money monthly to keep you going, really, and it's assessed every year. All it really is just a form to fill in. You can find a link, put it below, or things like that.
I know. I ended up just sending like a wad of.
Yeah, you do have to send. I've done it myself in the past.
Documents.
You do have to send quite a lot of like bank statements and things, and I wouldn't bullshit them because it will come back and bite you on the arse, I'm quite sure.
Yeah, they're quite thorough.
Yeah, so, but it's worth doing because back in the day when I did it, I was getting about just under £200 a month to help me make sure I've got enough to survive.
That's like $4,000 US.
Money.
If you're watching in the States.
Yeah. I don't know, in the States, I don't know if there's an equivalent.
Yeah, it's called Donald Trump comes to your house and just gives you like a $5.
Yeah, it gives you a $5 and slaps your mum in the face.
Yeah.
Great slap, best slap, amazing slap. Twat.
I love that slap.
Yeah.
That slap was the greatest slap ever.
These are the worst Donald Trump impressions ever, but he's such a joke. It doesn't matter how rubbish we are, it's still work.
His hair is that colour.
So, self-employment. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. We've self-employment. Be self-employed, kids. It's great.
Give it a try.